What's up guys, it's Daz here, but you don't really care, as today will be a follow-up video on my Life is Strange predictions videos. Now by the time this video has gone up, episode 2 has been out for quite a while and episode 3 is coming out next week. So let's have a look back at what I got right and what I got wrong, and what my updated predictions are for the next part of the game. Obviously, if you haven't seen the first predictions video, then it would be a good idea just to get a bit of understanding of what I'm actually talking about. And if you haven't seen or played the game yourself, then none of this will make sense, so you should definitely do that first. Anyway, with that, let's delve into things. So the first thing I predicted was the origin of Max's powers, and at this point, nothing more has really been revealed, so I expect they will come up in the final episode, so I can't really say if I'm right or wrong yet. Who kidnapped Rachel Ambers? Still, we don't know, so I'll stick with Mark Jefferson. On the subject of David Madsen, I'm conflicted. On one hand, I predicted that he was pretty much a bad character with all those photos of Kate, but when playing episode 2, spoilers, there's a moment where Kate Marsh is about to commit suicide by jumping off the roof of a building, and yet, when you start moving towards her, David Madsen is there, and it looks like he's trying to save her. So yes, he's creepy and obsessive in his ways, but maybe he's not trying to hurt her. The next thing I brought up in my last video was the head teacher Ray Well, and not too much has been divulged in this next chapter. However, something I did notice while editing the last video was that the folders in the scene after the credits are also there in his office. Finally, the last big question I answered was how do we get out of this disaster, and we haven't reached it yet, so I don't know. So now we come on to the proper predictions I made with no basis or anything. There will be a falling out between Max and Chloe. Right now, they're on pretty good terms, except there have been a couple of iffy moments, but I bet there'll be a bigger one next time. You have to decide whether to save Chloe and Warren. Haven't gotten to that part yet, so far that's a no. David will save you at some point, but you still shouldn't like him. That's actually pretty accurate. Just replace you with Kate and throw in he attempts to save her, and then, yeah. Kate will be one of the few people who will believe you, and may even help you alongside Chloe. Well, I must say that the events that happened with Kate in episode 2 certainly weren't what I was expecting, so I got all that wrong, though if you manage to save her, which I did, on the second attempt, then maybe she'll start to question how you saved her, and then maybe she'll learn things and help you then. Max's time-traveling abilities will be taken away from her at the moment where it's needed most. Boom! Hit the nail on the head with that one. When discovering Kate's suicide attempt, Max tries to turn back time to stop her and fails. She ends up falling into some kind of limbo of frozen time. Didn't predict that. Samuel's gonna get pinned for something he didn't do. Not yet. Nathan's just gonna get crazier. Well, in this episode we did find out that he drugged Kate and made an invasive video about her, so there's that. He also looks genuinely regretful at the end with Victoria, though I'm doubtful he actually is considering how he reacted during the final scene in the headmaster's office. And Jefferson's evil, or gave her powers. Neither are confirmed yet, so I don't know. Well, that's pretty much all of the predictions I came up with. The last one I really have here that's relevant is the idea that those that Max saves, such as Chloe, are doomed to constantly end up in a lethal situation as they were supposed to die, a la Final Destination style. If this is still the case, then maybe this will continue with Kate Marsh and Max has to juggle both of their lives. Anyway, now that those are out of the way, let's make some new predictions for episode 3. Now, there were some other predictions made about the future episodes, but I won't be adding anything to them since we're not even close to getting to those yet. There are some little shots at the end that I'd like to talk about now. So first of all, solar eclipse. I don't know how that logically works, but clearly Max's actions are causing some major changes down the line. The butterfly effect, or chaos theory, if you will. We see David Madsen genuinely devastated by these events, regardless of if Kate successfully commits suicide or not, so clearly he cares about her somewhat. Jefferson and Wells are arguing at the end. They clearly know something more about this whole situation and are at a disagreement. Perhaps they're even part of it somehow. Maybe Wells is trying to keep Jefferson out of it and he isn't having it? I don't know. It's very suspicious. Victoria looks truly distraught, so maybe she'll be a little less cold. Wishful thinking, really. Frank's here too, though I have little to add. And nothing too significant is shown by Kate. Either she's dead or in a hospital bed. No predictions to be made here. Finally, we see a new folder being made past Rachel's. It's Kate's. Presumably they are made for students who are no longer here or perhaps even die while at school. though this scene appears even if she is still alive. What would be interesting is if at the end of each episode, we see this exact same scene again, but the camera pans further to the right each time. So first it's Rachel's folder in the headmaster's office, then Kate's folder on the table, then it pans more to reveal other things, and then right towards the end it shows the real kidnapper or killer. Just an idea. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end it off here. Nice and brief. My name's been Daz, you didn't really care, and I'll see you in a bit.